Hi everyone, my name's David Colwell. I'm the Vice President of Artificial Intelligence here at Tricentis, and I've got a really exciting announcement to make. Right now, we are shipping the first end-to-end full quality engineering agentic platform. So why would you want this thing? Well, we've heard from our customers that in the world of AI-generated code, in a world where platforms are accelerating at an unprecedented rate, testing is becoming ever more an under-pressure discipline, where 10 times the code is being created, 10 times the bugs are being produced. More patches coming from your Salesforce or SAP or other partners, more things that you need to integration test and understand, and more opportunity for things to slip through the cracks. But we don't want you to slow down. We want you to speed up. We want your quality teams to meet the pace that the industry is moving at. And the only way that you're going to be able to meet the AI pace is with AI quality engineering. So let's talk a little bit about this. I'm going to split it up into a few sections. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the new team that you're going to be able to work with. This is the Agentic AI QE team. And here what we have is 4 agents. The first agent that I'm going to talk about is really the first thing that we do in quality. It's figuring out what do you need to test. This is Agentic Test Creation. This agent is responsible for looking at your requirements, looking at your context, at your documents, and using our over 20 years of industry experience in quality engineering, we've imbued this agent with a high degree of quality intelligence. It is able to understand what the right test cases are, understand the right approach for testing, understand test strategies. It extracts these elements and it identifies just the right test coverage for your requirements. And that's a great start. But if all you had was a set of manual test cases, then you might say, okay, I've still got a lot of work to do. I need to be moving faster than that in this world of agentic coding. So the next agent comes to bear. The next agent is Agentic Test Automation. Agentic Test Automation can take those test cases, or ones that you write or document down yourself, and turn them into automated test cases, with you just being there to supervise and provide feedback. It navigates your applications, builds the test cases, creates the modules, reuses modules if they're already existing in our Tosca tool, and then fills in the data, navigates it, debugs it, and runs it all for you, with you only needing to provide input when it gets confused, when it doesn't know what data to enter, or if there's a password that it hasn't been told. This frees up your time to work on the decision making. It frees up your time to apply your judgment. And speaking of judgment, we too often focus only on requirement through to automation. But how do we know we've got accurate coverage of the code? How do we know that there wasn't a bug that slipped through because someone did a refactor, or because there was something missing in that environment that just wasn't captured in the requirement because people talked about it at a water cooler conversation? Well, that's where Agentic Quality and Intelligence comes in. Agentic Quality Intelligence is there to understand that myriad of signals and sift through the sea of data that's presented to you and say, I know where your coverage is missing. I know what the most important tests are because I can see what's executed. I can see the usage. And it filters down the scenarios that you need and proposes those missing gaps where the requirement and the code just didn't quite meet up. And so now you've got a good quality agentic product that you've developed, but you don't know if it's going to scale. You don't know if you can take this out to production. So we introduce agentic performance testing. Agentic performance testing takes those recordings of traffic and it says, I know how to take the variables out of this. I know how to turn a recording into a properly scalable test workflow and turn that into a user scenario that can be scaled to whatever production scale you need to deploy your apps at. And then after you've done that, you've now got a bunch of data, a bunch of charts, a bunch of information that you need to sift through to understand, is there a performance problem here? Is this operating as intended? What did these errors mean? What are the load times? How do I manage all of this information and get a real answer to the question, am I good to ship? Agentic performance testing will be able to take in that sea of information and pinpoint within it where there are specific problems. It'll be able to identify where you might have critical failures or where you might need to scale your infrastructure. Now, these agents are already very powerful, but these agents on their own need to be onboarded, like a new hire in your organization, because they won't speak your product language or your company lingo, and they don't know natively what your processes are, where you store things, how do you call them, what do you name them. This is where AI Workspace comes in. AI Workspace is a new product that we brought to market. It enables you to integrate agents into workflows. And those workflows could be as simple as saying, here's how we prioritize requirements. Here's how we define what a good requirement is. Here's how we understand how we're going to structure our tests and what we name them. This lets you fill the gap between your process and our team. It allows you to onboard those agents into your environment. This is covering already for our customers huge volumes of capabilities that we didn't ship with our agents. We've seen hundreds of agents designed by our customers already during the beta program on the AI Workspace. It's been a massive unlock for these companies, allowing them to map their processes, map their business requirements to this agentic team, to truly move from hands-on keyboard to thinking mode only. This would be good, but you don't work for a startup. You don't work for a company that just appeared yesterday. You work for a large enterprise. And these large enterprises need more than just a good set of agentic capabilities. They need enterprise-grade security. They need certainty that the data that's coming over is not going to be siphoned off and used to train. They need a company that has been in operation for a long time, that is trusted in the market, that can provide you with this great quality, highly agentic, but highly trustworthy platform. Our platform is built on top of top-notch security. We penetration test regularly. We are subject to 42001 compliance and a myriad of other industry certifications. When we go through the process of releasing, we know that our customers are going to hold us to the highest standard, and our agentic platform is built to meet that standard. So, if you are concerned with the need to be able to go from design to deploy, from idea to production as quickly as possible, we are here to provide you with an agentic quality engineering team, a quality engineering command center where you can design the implementation of that team into your processes, and a trusted, secure platform that you can build your agentic future on. If you're interested in finding out more, head to our website, sign up for a demo, or just talk to our sales team and they would be more than happy to help you meet the agentic future. Thank you.